female bodybuilding channel.
Welcome.
We want to introduce one of what can we call you now, Robyn? We don't have a nickname for you yet. What
the amazing one?
The amazing one. Yes.
The amazing one. Okay.
That's my Instagram name.
Robyn, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
This, I think, you know, in the world of female bodybuilding, female physique, there's so many, what can I say? There's so much on Instagram. There's so many people posting, you know, different type of things that gets people eye. And with us, we saw it, but it took us a little bit time to understand like how great this is, that what you're doing right now when you're talking about you know, this is legendary performance, what we're seeing right now, Robyn, because we haven't seen in all of the sports we documented an athlete like yourself at that age, but the look, the muscle, the healthy appearance, you know, the full combination of health and fitness.
Exactly.
On a stage, it's truly incredible, Robyn.
Well, I'm glad you guys noticed that. I've always been really big into health. And, you know, bodybuilding is not really the healthiest sport. Let's face it, getting down to that low body fat, it's not really healthy. I do it as healthy as I can, which means, you know, listening to my body, you know, so when I know when to take a break and when to actually push, I think that comes with maturity. But, you know, that's one of the things I do. I listen to my body. I'm really hard on myself. Even like with the show I just did, you know, everyone's like, oh, that was a great placing. I feel like I should have, you know, I could have done better, you know, and that's just how I am. I push myself that way. I push my athletes that way. I always want to just bring out the best, but at the same time, you want to be healthy. You want to be able to live to say you did it, you know, so that's my thing.
We saw some pictures when you started. Can you tell us, how did you get into the sport? We saw, it was 2012, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about your journey to stage.
So I had members of my family. I had two of my sisters. They died from lung cancer.
No.
So, and we were all smokers. So I had quit smoking, and then you know what happens when you quit smoking? You gain a lot of weight. And then I was like, really, I think I was 214 pounds.
Wow. 214? And how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
So you were a big one.
Yeah. But, you know, it was like not a good big either. So. And then I went to have my physical, and I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was pre-diabetic, and it was mostly from just the weight. So then I just started working out, and strictly, I had never lifted weights before. First of all, I didn't get started lifting weights until I was 46 years old.
That's crazy. That's crazy, though.
Yeah. But
nothing like no basketball or volleyball or. Like,
I did gymnastics when I was like 10. So
that's it. Yeah.
I just have a natural, like the build I have. My father was 6'5". And he was a big muscular man. So the girls definitely took my father's side of it. But my first weight set was the little 3, 5, and 8 pounds. That was my first weight set.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't naturally strong, or?
I think naturally, like everyone in my family is strong, but I had never lifted weights. So.
So you started losing weight. How did that go? You went to the gym. You started in the gym. What happened?
No, I bought a treadmill, and all I did was cardio. Still didn't lift weights. I just did cardio and I lost like 40 pounds. And then I decided to do a competition, and I started with bikini.
Okay.
And, yeah, they were like, "You're too muscular for a bikini," and I was like, "No, I can do bikini. I got the walk." And you know, so I did bikini a couple shows, and then they were like, well, maybe you should do figure. And I love the figure division, but it just, to me, wasn't enough. You know, they basically just do quarter turns.
Yeah.
I didn't find that exciting enough. So then they said, what about this thing? It's called Fit Body. It's basically women's physique, but they wore shoes.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with that. And that's when I started actually lifting weights.
And this was in what year?
That was 2013.
Did you then discover like Linda Murray and Iris Kyle and something like this, or?
Exactly. So once I, started reading more about the sport and discovered them, Linda's like my idol. I just love Linda. She's absolutely gorgeous. To this day, Linda is gorgeous. And I seen, I was like, oh, I can do that. And my son told me, he goes, no, you can't.
Oh, challenge.
So I'm the person, you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it better than you thought I could do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So first thing I started lifting was, women predominantly have strong legs. So that's what I started with. I looked at everything as a puzzle. And I think nowadays, a lot of the younger competitors don't look at it like that. They want it all at once.
Yeah.
And they don't realize this takes time. So I started with legs, built those. And even now, I don't even work legs now. And people are like, you don't work legs? I'm like, I don't have to. They just cut up because of cardio. And then each year was another body part. Until I felt like, okay, I still don't think it's complete. I still think there's things I can do. But at my age, I'm not supposed to be able to gain muscle.
No.
But I have. So I've defied what people say. Yeah, I actually had a DEXA scan done, and I actually gained 2 pounds of muscle from last year. Which 2 pounds?
So you're gaining muscle. Is it because you started late, or are you doing something different, do you think? What do you think?
Well, I think maybe because I started late, and like I said, I listened to my body. So I've, knock on wood, not had any injuries. And I train mostly with men because the men are stronger than the women, and they'll push me more. And I don't like to be told I can't do something. So that pushes me, I never get in a comfort zone. I'm always out of the comfort zone. And I feel that's what helps you grow, not just physically, but mentally too.
Just one question, JB, before you can have some question. I know you have something, JB. Just want to know, how is your strategy to get better at this age? What limitations do you have to how often do you recover? Things like that for your age. Let's say after 50 then. Let's say, because you're 59. Is there any rules for other people to follow? Because a lot of the athletes are falling apart after age 45.
Yeah.
Is there any smart tips or things that work for you? Is it more recovery? Is it more cardio, less cardio? How is your body fat in the off season? Do you stay lean? Because your skin looks very fresh for your age, or for any age for that matter. But like hanging skin and saggy skin and things when they get in the master class, and it really ruins the look. But you don't have that. Some advice for people, because the aesthetic is tremendous also.
I literally take, Wednesdays and Sundays, those are my rest days.
2 times a week.
2 times a week I do rest days, and it's in the middle of the week. Like I said, I work a full-time job. So I get up at 3:45 in the morning. I do my cardio. Yeah, I have long days. I'm very disciplined when it comes to that.
You get up every day?
We come to
5 days a week.
We come to that later.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 days a week. I get up at 3:45. I do my cardio, do my abs, do my stretching, and then I get ready for work. I come to work. I work from 8 to 4. And then after work, I go to the gym. And sometimes I train clients. I'm usually out of the gym by 7.
What do you work as? If we can ask. What is your job?
Insurance producer.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in a corporate job. So
yeah.
So they
you have to use your brain for all those hours. Yeah.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's
I don't work in a gym, so I have to think. But I prioritize sleep, recovery, and I actually look at, I'm really big into gut health. I think that is, I remember as a child being told by my mother, if you have a bad gut, nothing else is going to work. And I believe that to be true. And
what supplementation do you like for gut health?
Glutamine. That's my number one. Apple cider vinegar. Every morning I have apple cider vinegar, turmeric, and lemon juice. I drink
Every morning.
Yep, with water.
Good.
That's the first thing I have. You know, it's only like 4 ounces of, you know, all together with water. But I think that helps keep your gut in check. It keeps everything balanced. Yeah, it's just like
Great stuff.
So you get home at 7 from the gym. You wake up at 3:37. But you say you put emphasis on sleep. Where is this sleep, I might ask?
This is the thing about it. As you get older, this is a known fact. As you get older, you require less sleep.
Well, how little do you get?
I'm in bed by 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay, 8 o'clock. So 7 hours of sleep, huh?
Yeah.
What do you do? Because you're married, I think, right?
Yes.
So when do you spend any time with your husband and your family?
He comes to the gym with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think sometimes I think he loves the sport more than I do. I think he loves me competing more than I do sometimes. Yeah, he's like, I have to say he's 100% supportive when it comes.
That's good. Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
Last thing, Jay, before you ask, do you prepare your meals to work then?
Yes. Yeah. So I
do
bring
that in the morning.
Yeah. Well, no, what I do is, so I found tricks to, you know, I'm really good about my time. So I cook all my protein for like a month.
Oh.
All the proteins cooked, measured, frozen. So every 3 days, I take a bag out of the proteins I'm going to eat for that week. But, you know, for that 3 days. I'll take a bag out of chicken, ground turkey, bison. The only thing I won't freeze is fish because I don't like
it's not good.
frozen fish.
So what do you think then about some of these models that are competing who are not even working, complaining, can't get in shape, and you're doing all that? What are you thinking then when you see dropping out of a show? Oh, I have to rush the show.
It drives me crazy. It literally it drives me crazy because I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. But you know, that just proves that they don't really want it. I think a lot of people just do it to say they did it. And I don't do this just to say I did. I actually, every show I do, I go in with the intention on winning. You know, whether I win or not, I know I gave my best. And that's, you know, all I can ask.
So when you see Natalia Coyle on the list, you're still thinking, I'm going to take her.
Why not?
There you go.
Somebody has to at some point, right?
That's it.
That's it.
Everybody, like they say, on any given day, everyone is beatable.
Yeah.
You just never know. I mean, I look at her, I have mad respect for her.
Yeah.
But when it comes to competing, I'm never going to look at her and say, oh, she's going to beat me. You can't go in with that mentality because then you already defeated yourself.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Sadly, some do. We get a lot of DMs when she's in that she said, oh, there's some girls pull out of shows because of it. So it is what it is. And that's Olympians. So it's... JB.
Yeah. Well, just want to say, okay, my questions are still answered. Okay, thanks. But anyway, it's no problem. Thank you very much. What I want to say is, yeah, you are right, because you have to compete every competition and then go forward, and because as a pro, it's your job. So I say it every time. And also you want to go for it and say, okay, I planned my whole year for 5 contests or 6 or something, and then just go and don't drop out because Coelho is coming or something. So you're right. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you have to look at it. If that's the point of, you know, I see some people, they'll do little shows just because they know they're going to win.
Yeah.
I don't do all this to, you know, compete against people I know I can beat.
Yeah.
How does it make you, that doesn't make you better?
No.
You know,
you cannot improve. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and how do you, like, I think, like I said, even with the show I just did, people say, a lot of people have said, you did great, you know, to be in the first call out, especially at my age. But I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, I'm already picking apart what I could have did better.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. See it just professionally. Step back and then, analyze it.
And that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Great.
We saw you at the Emerald Cup for this year. A great win with Oksana and Donna Jones, I think it was, in the top 3. There was no stream. We just saw the video we posted. You look great. It was a great battle. New York, So you, obviously, sixth place. What do you think you could improve on from that showing? If you said you want to improve something,
I think I could have been a little fuller. I see that the girls who place higher, they were bigger, but I think my conditioning, I think I had really good conditioning. I just think I could have been a little fuller.
And how many days do you start to carb up? Yes, last time. Do you feel you could have carved up for more aggressive or for longer?
I actually think it's the opposite.
Okay.
Because my body, it doesn't take much for me to carb up. It takes a lot to deplete me, which is weird. I can do 4 or 5 days no carbs and I function fine.
Yeah.
And most people, they're dying, and I'm like, but to carb me up, it doesn't take a lot. And I think that's one of the things. I think we should have went a little less aggressive as far as maybe we should have did it longer and just did it slower.
Okay.
I think my gut would have been happier with that.
Or just make the Amaysing1 carb up with 2 pizzas and then you're done.
Yeah.
So what's next? What show is next then?
Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. 6th of June, correct?
Yeah. No, the 8th.
8th of June.
Yeah.
It's on a Sunday.
So Master Olympia. Is that a plan for this year?
The Masters?
Yeah, Olympia.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Japan.
So you're doing that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Which place did you get in 2023?
2023, I think I got 11th. I unfortunately, they lost my luggage.
Oh.
Yeah, so that just totally threw me off. I'm running around Romania trying to find basic things. A toothbrush, it was
hard to find it when you don't know the secret places. We know that, me and AJ, to find the supermarkets and so on.
Is it exciting going to see Japan? Can you when you go to Master Olympia in Japan? Is there something? Are you excited to see like the culture and food and the place, or is it just competing? Like how's that?
Yeah. We're actually gonna stay. We're gonna be there for like 9 days.
Oh wow! After
Wow, cool.
That's great.
Yeah, so we'll get there probably. The show's on Saturday. We'll probably get there Wednesday, and probably leave like the next Friday.
Oh, that's cool because this must be a beautiful sight. I know a lot of pictures, and at this time of the year, Japan with all the flowers and the really parks, everything's green and so on, and very calm down and relaxed and so on.
Yeah, and also a travel agent to actually like book some tours and stuff for us.
Great, don't miss the Mount Fuji.
Yeah, well, that's one of the places we're going.
Yeah, great.
We're not going to jinx your career, but how long? You haven't even started thinking about retirement, I would imagine.
The funny thing is, I had said this was going to be my last year.
Yeah, but that's not happening because you can't stop. You got to wait till at least things fall a little bit apart, correct? Before you.
Well, that's honestly, I didn't. I wasn't sure if with my age, if I was gonna get better. And my thing is, if I'm not, every show I do, I try to get better. And if I find myself getting to the point where I don't get better, then I know it's time to quit. Right now, as AJ pointed out, it's probably not going to be this year. So who knows?
I think we don't know how many top 3 Olympia finishes you will get in your life. We'll see. But I think a lot of people will look at you at this career and what you're doing as something that will not be done again. And I think you owe it to that legacy that you're creating now to end it as before it goes down. Because I think people will like to remember you as a 63-year-old or 62 at your top, and not like. So I think, but you're still going up because you're better this year than you were last year.
Yeah. Well, he didn't think I could get better. He was like, he's one like always has faith in what I can do, but he was like, damn, I didn't think I could get better. I mean, who would have thought?
But is your strength also going up, or is it just the body?
I am crazy strong. Like, I literally work out with men. I don't, the girls, they're like, there's only one, I have one girl who works out with. Everyone else, they're like, no. They're like, you're crazy.
Do you do some powerlifting movements or exercises?
No,
Also?
I don't
No?
do powerlifting movements.
No?
I think that's something I actually want to get into when I do retire.
Mhm.
Because I love lifting weights. It's just like, it's something I discovered and didn't know I liked and absolutely love doing it.
So maybe ask, do you have any stats for deadlifting or some, or bench press or something?
I don't bench press, which is weird. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't really, as for competing, you don't really need it.
Yeah, I know.
But deadlifting, 225 is probably about what I do, but I do high reps.
Yeah,
I never do like the 8 to 10.
Yeah.
We're doing 15, 20 reps. And that's just, and that's why
That's
people
much.
leg pressing like 900 pounds. We'll do sets of, I do a lot of, what is it called? I can't think of the guy's name. Chris Geffen. He does, and I think he got it from Neil Hill.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of FST7.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
movements.
I try all different techniques.
Yeah.
Anything that's high volume, I love.
Yeah, it gives the best pump. I know.
They give the best pump, but a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, so you're gonna do 20 reps, but we're gonna use lightweight, right?" And I'm like, "No, we're gonna use heavyweight. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, that's great.
It's nice to hear because the modern day is when you're even in your late 30s, they say don't do so much high volume, and you need to but you're doing the opposite at age. When are you turning 60?
Next year.
Okay, so we have a long way to go until we're 60. We don't even think about that. Last question. After Toronto, is it more or is it what's the plan?
No, after Toronto, we're gonna just regroup and get ready for the Olympia, for the Masters.
Yeah, because that you've been competing.
It will be 8 weeks.
Yeah, May you started and then you end the season August, and hopefully you can make the Olympia. But it's gonna be a long season then.
Yeah, but for me, I don't require a lot. Some people, like I said, I'll listen to my body. I have 2 designated rest days, but if I feel I need more, I take them.
Yeah.
It's not like, I see these people, oh, I can't take a rest day. I'm like, why? I'm like, you're not going to lose your muscle in 1 or 2 days. Just rest your body. You can actually come back being better.
It's the mindset. They get used to it and they want to push it, and maybe have also the pressure from social media. Come on, do it, and then
then they end up getting injured. And when you're not feeling it, that's when you can get injured.
Yeah,
and I've always seen people do that. They don't feel like going, not so much like feel like going, but physically just exhausted, and then they go and they try it, and then they pull something and they rip something, and I'm like, well, you should have took.
I hope you enjoy when you're retired what you're doing. Now is not the time to think about it. I understand, because when you're in it, you don't think about epic things you're doing. But you must know, when we shared the thing of female bodybuilding Instagram today, I think we gotten over 50 DMs from these years and mentioned, because people, Robyn, they really, really respect you for what you're doing, but it's not this sympathy respect. Like some girls, they compete when they're older, and people like, but they're not really, that body's not really that good. They're just competing and they're last place in show. You are a threat in open shows at your age, and I think that's what makes it so cool, because you're not like, you are like the total package. And it's really exciting to see. And I really hope other athletes look at your story. Obviously, you started later, so a little bit different, but at least they can take what you're doing and learn from it, because we've seen girls in women's physique, 70% of even the girls that started are, I want to say dead, but they're gone.
Yeah.
They're not even with us athletically anymore. So I really think people, the younger generation, look at you, can learn from you and follow your footsteps, because bodybuilding, it's for health with competing also. And you're a great example of it. Good luck. And we're super excited to see the stream in Toronto.
Yeah.
And hopefully either JB or myself can go to Japan and see you live.
Oh, I would love that.
Some of us, JB, I'm thinking about it, JB. I want to, why not have some expensive sushi and
very expensive.
the first call up? Yeah. Anything you want to say, Robyn?
I just want to give a shout out to my grandchildren. Yeah. I just want, for me, I look at it, like you said, you want to leave a legacy. I want my grandchildren to know there's nothing that they can't do. I want, and some people always like, I have people say to me, well, I can't do that. I'm too old. I'm like, why? I'm like, you got working limbs. Why you can't do it? Or you're too, I can't be that disciplined. Or I'm not motivated. I tell them, this has nothing to do with motivation. It's all about discipline. You get up every day, you brush your teeth. Well, you just get up and do your cardio. Same thing.
Yeah,
that's the way to look at it. So, I mean, it's something I do love doing it. I do wish more people would understand that this sport takes time to get to where you need to be, and stop trying to rush it. Taking all these extra things, it's not going to help you in the long run. It's really not. It's gonna be detrimental to your health. Take it slower. Take the time, but look at it as a puzzle. Each year is another piece to the puzzle, and then you'll have the longevity. But
that JB, my favorite picture of Robyn, who is with?
No.
It's with her and Mike O'Hearn. That's my favorite because that's the longevity legends together.
Baby, don't hurt me.
He's also turning 57, I think, and looking tremendous. Longevity, Yeah. Thank you very much, Robyn, and we're excited to follow your career for the future.
All right, I'm gonna put on a show for you guys.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.